What's going on, everybody? I hope everyone's having a fantastic evening, fantastic afternoon, fantastic preview, no matter where you are in the world. I'm Hassan Piker, and this is the HASAN broadcast coming to you live from sunny California, Los Angeles, folks. We're live and alive, and I hope all the boys, girls, and MBs are having a fantastic one because today's a beautiful day. Today's a wonderful day. Today's a very special day. For those of you who don't know, it's a very, very special day. What is this? I am an anti-fascist, okay? This administration is a fascist one. I am an anti-fascist. What the fuck are we doing? What's next? Are they gonna openly go, nope, we are a fascist government now? They're gonna just say that? Is that what we're doing? Because anti-fascism is just fascism. Bro, don't say that right now. Oh, what the fuck? Get out of here, dude. Listen, you need to understand something, okay? These people are not strong. They're fucking weak. They fear you being united, okay? We have the numbers. There are Americans of good conscience everywhere. And because they're so fearful that if the people stand united, that they'll be defeated, they try to pick apart. They try to divide the masses. They try to make an example out of people. And when institutions don't actually respond in defense of the citizens, in a country like the United States of America especially, if institutions don't respond, if people don't respond, if they actually obey in advance, then regardless of how weak they are, regardless of how fearful they are, they win. And it doesn't stop. When they get a victory, they do not stop. That just emboldens them to dig deeper. This is how it fucking works. There is a lot of discontent against this administration. They do not have the numbers. They can't even get the fucking National Guard to be deployed everywhere. They can't do that. And even if they were to do that, there is no guarantee of success because the National Guard is also comprised of your fucking neighbors. There's no guarantee that those guys are going to be like, all right, well, we're loyal servants of fascism now. I've seen it. I saw the fucking 29 Palms Marines when I went out there at the ICE protests in LA. They didn't want to fucking be there. They were just around. They were sleeping on concrete floors because the administration is so goddamn fucking stupid. I know Trump says he will designate Antifa as a terrorist organization and launch a probe into it. I need you to understand, they are weak. These are the actions of a weak administration. These are not the actions of a strong administration. If they were strong, they wouldn't feel the need to stamp out any sort of discontent. If they were strong, they wouldn't feel the need to try to put the fear of God in your hearts, in your minds, in your soul, to stop you, to make you think twice before you engage in any sort of anti-fascist action, before you engage in any sort of demonstration, because they are afraid. It is upon all of us to make sure that we don't stand down. Damn, I popped off on that one. That's crazy. Anti-fascism isn't a political stance, it's a moral imperative. Exactly. I guess like one of the worst aspects of this, one of the scariest aspects of this change, this attitude change from the administration, is that they're like leaning more comfortably in the fascist direction, or at least like openly recognizing that they are fascist, because that's what comes next. Dude, this has been the most like I told you so for years week in my career, I think. Whether it be all of my warnings towards liberals and their lack of anger and lack of discontent against censorship when it was like annoying pro-Palestine campus activism, or whether it be all of the centrist political content creators that I kept saying were aligning themselves with right-wingers in an effort to deplatform people like myself. I kept telling them, it's not going to stop with me. It will eventually come for you as well. Because the goal here isn't just to eradicate the radicals. And also, make no mistake, nothing I'm saying is radical anyway. I think it's more radical to be a fascist. I think it's more insane to be an administration that ran on mass deportation in a country that is comprised entirely of migrants. We are a nation of migrants. No one here, with the exception of Native Americans who withstood the genocide of who withstood the genocide from the initial pilgrims, the settlers, no one here is a Native American. You know, everyone's an immigrant. We're descendants of settlers and then descendants of immigrants. So the notion that we're going to do mass deportations in the country is so fucking insane. It is un-American. It is anti-American. So my point is, opposing that, resisting that is a moral imperative. It's not just a political stance or a political ideology. It's the right thing to do, no matter how much these guys try to stamp it out, no matter how much these guys try to attack it and those who actually tried to present a centrist position for the longest time, those who sat on the fence for the longest time, are now suffering the repercussions themselves. I've seen it. One example that I will obviously get to, one example that I'll talk about is the Destiny stuff that's taking place right now. You know, this guy used malicious smears and clips out of context and even aligned himself with right-wing shitheads for the longest time to try to actively deplatform me. And now those right-wing shitheads are coming after him too and are successfully deplatforming him. And the same goes for a lot of liberals who just stood idly by and watched as this administration and the administration prior to it was going after campus protesters, arresting them, actively coming after pro-Palestine content creators. Yeah, and using Dan Seltman's dumbass website as a reference. Bro, I don't think you guys understand. It's not even just Dan Saltman. Like, Destiny has an entire Wikipedia page designed to literally tar and feather every single fucking prominent leftist account. They literally compile opposition research that the free press has used. They straight up compiled opposition research on me and every other person to the left of Destiny for years and years, and now the right-wingers are fucking using that shit. But it's ironic because they're also going after Destiny as well. If he had any fucking decency beyond, you know, the CSAM distribution and whatnot, he would delete all that shit. But yeah, I saw the whole, like, he's announcing he's retiring from politics stuff. He's not going to do that. But again, this is something that I warned about for so long. It's something that I warned about over and over again to people in my community. It's something that I warned about as like a broader trend, a broader problem if left unaddressed. And the chickens are coming home to roost right now, and it's not good. He still believes you should be deplatformed, so I don't have sympathy. That is insane. So in this moment, in this very moment, when all of the fucking right-wingers are up his ass and have successfully gotten him to be demonetized on YouTube, this dumb motherfucker is still thinking I'm the problem? Oh my God, brother. I cannot believe it. I mean, hey, have fun. Have fun with your dumbass, dude. Wait till they find out about all the pedophilia shit that you've done. Wait till they find out about, like, I don't know, a million other instances where you've said unimaginably violent shit. He got only a fucking fraction of the return that he has tried to deal my direction for years and years at this point. He doesn't think you're the problem. The dude is jaded and a jealous boyfriend. What point will his community understand? Like, because his community is not that big. But his community is like very, very dedicated, right? They love doing troll ops. They love doing like smear operations. They can do a sophisticated smear campaign, right? So the very fact that they're not actually using all of their effort and all of those initiatives against the right, even in this very moment, and still at the mercy, at the whims of their fucking cult leader who just despises me is crazy. It's the same with fucking Ethan Klein. Like, it's so obvious. If you are at this very moment when fascism is at our fucking doorstep, or okay, when it's here, and it's not only like, you know, knocking on your door, it's knocking down your neighbor's doors, and your only fucking opinion as a super wealthy guy living in a fucking Bel Air mansion is like, you know who's really at fault here? This guy that I personally hate. Your audience needs to fucking snap out of it, dude. You gotta snap out of it. You got to snap out of it. I know those guys won't because they're just fucking petty, narcissistic morons. They're deeply unserious people. I saw this. This was an incredible. My haters are excellent. Okay, remember this one? Remember the move to Israel, lolicon, neo-Nazi, Zionist, YouTuber, VTuber. Yeah, he came out and basically said what we've already known. He said, "Hi, Jew here. I uniquely get shit from the far right and certainly the far left. And I can say with 100% certainty, I would entrust my life to a Hitler-hiling, anti-Semitic, Jews-controlled universe Nick Guentes Groiper named Kill Rape Jews Groiper 42069 over a moderately leftist college student that goes to overwhelmingly peaceful protests and celebrate Charlie Kirk's assassination. That's how bad it is." Okay, man. Good luck with that, I guess. I don't know. It is pretty funny that he's just like, yeah, I think neo-Nazis are better than moderate leftists because moderate leftists have a more sincere anti-Zionist position than fucking neo-Nazis do. Neo-Nazis that are anti-Semitic and anti-Israel are fascist just like he is. He's fascist for Israel, and he understands that those guys are fascists against Israel, but they're, white nationalist fascists. Isn't he trolling? That's a joke, right? I don't know if this is a joke. Okay? I think this is unironically what he thinks, unironically what he believes. It sounds incredibly stupid, so it's understandable that you assume that it is a joke. It's not a joke when people say, I just wanted to say the R word, and that's why I voted for Trump. Like, you might assume that that is a position held by an absolute dumbass, and you're not wrong for thinking that. It is an incredibly dumb and childish position to hold, except those petty grievances absolutely have played a formative role in the decision-making process for a lot of people. I tweeted about this earlier. Rudy Giuliani, update, Starbucks employees must write Charlie Kirk's name. An update from Starbucks. I said, I promise you, if we get a crumb of power, we are not doing this shit. It's going to be more worker control, free healthcare, education, high-speed rail, public housing, and a jobs program. I hate these fucking losers, man. Think about it. These guys are dominating the country right now. And what are they hyper-focusing on? Sanitizing television, making late night watchable again. It's like, dude, you are a fucking loser, okay? And this kind of behavior is exactly why you're never going to be able to reach like mass popularity. Because this is an entire grievance-based movement that has nothing, that has no interest in genuinely improving people's material realities, that is just about constantly fucking crying to the mods because nobody likes you, because you pissed and shit your fucking pants, and you just now have to sit there in that piss and shit, and you want everyone to smell that piss and shit, and you want everyone to say, smells like roses. That's it. That's what it is. That's what this is. You're like a patently unlikable, annoying fucking person. And that is your major gripe. Yes, this was a great tweet. I fucking bookmarked it. Key to understanding the American right for me was realizing this stuff isn't a bit. They're not trolling you. They genuinely think this, and their 90,000 other hyper-specific pop culture fixations represent a civilizational life or death struggle between real America and woke. This is what happens when you straight up warp your consciousness collectively over culture war agenda items. When all is culture war, then there is no need for class war. You have the entire dumbfuck fascist movement built around cultural resentments. It was about how my grandchildren don't call me anymore, okay? And then it was about how you couldn't say like unhinged shit on Facebook or whatever. And now it's about Starbucks won't actually venerate Charlie Kirk. Like, who the fuck goes to Starbucks and demands that Charlie Kirk get written on the fucking cup? And who cares? Who cares? It's just so ridiculous. They have no interest in real material harm at all. You have this childish vendetta, and that's the only thing you care about. About. These demands are so ridiculous, okay? It's so stupid. That's why this kind of stuff works so well when they talk about, like, the war on Christmas or whatever the fuck. It's just like completely made up petty grievances that must get addressed at any given moment. Republicans recognize that their policies are deeply fucking unpopular, especially when implemented. And for that reason, you can't actually say what these positions are. You have and you can't even express discontent with these positions. You have to love these positions. That's what it's about. It's antithetical to free speech. Obviously, it's the opposite, where it's like, no discourse from you, please. No discontent from you, please. How dare you push back against me? You're supposed to say you love my opinion. That's just it. It is the lamest version of fascism to date. It's not only monstrous, it's not only violent as fascism is, but it's also incredibly fucking weak, incredibly fucking lame.